3 weeks ago, a luxury suite in Dubai cost $600 a night and was completely sold out. Today, that same room is less than $100, and they're practically begging you to come. This isn't a sale. It's a cry of desperation. It's the price of unbooked rooms in a city that went from shattering every tourism record to falling off a cliff in a single weekend. The Dubai dream, meticulously built of steel and glass, is literally going up in smoke. The Fairmont Hotel on the Palm Jumeirah was engulfed in flames after a drone attack. The iconic Burj Al Arab Tower was damaged. The busiest international airport on the planet was evacuated and completely shut down. This is the face of Dubai tourism in March 2026. Not gleaming resorts, not a target of 19.5 million visitors, but empty lobbies and departure boards glowing red with cancellations. How did the city built as the world's safest oasis become the epicenter of a missile attack overnight? And why does this story matter more than any single conflict? Let's break it down. To understand how severe this shock is, you have to understand what Dubai was selling to the world. Other luxury destinations sell tangible things. Paris sells history. The Maldives sells beaches. Kyoto sells culture. Dubai's product was different. Dubai sold certainty. That was the core product. A Swiss bank for tourism. Come here, spend enormous amounts of money, and you will be wrapped in an environment of absolute control, right in the middle of the planet's most unstable region. You will be safe. Your flight will be on time. The service will be perfect. Nothing will go wrong. An entire multi-trillion-dollar economic model, from tourism and finance to real estate, was built on that foundation of unshakable trust. Just last year, in 2025, the city was a global icon, attracting nearly 20 million international visitors. Its property market was a magnet for the super-rich. It was all based on a single promise, as Cinzia Bianco, a specialist on the Persian Gulf, put it. This is Dubai's ultimate nightmare, because the very nature of the city depends on being a safe oasis in a volatile region. That illusion of safety shattered on the night of February 28, 2026. In response, Iran launched a series of attacks. This time, the targets weren't distant military bases. They struck the very heart of Dubai. According to reports, 189 ballistic missiles, 941 drones, and 3 cruise missiles from Iran were aimed at UAE territory. A brand that sells safety has only one failure mode. It's not poor revenue or cheaper competitors. The catastrophic failure mode is tangible, undeniable proof that the promise of safety was false. The smoke rising from the Palm Jumeirah, the fire on the Fairmont Hotel, and the chaos at the international airport provided that proof. And here is the harshest truth. When a safety brand is broken, the damage to trust is far greater than the physical damage. The UAE's air defense systems may have intercepted the vast majority of the attacks. Only 4 fatalities were reported across the entire UAE. 92% of hotel rooms remain intact, but tourist confidence doesn't operate on that logic. It operates on perception. And perception, globally amplified by a cell phone video with a shaky voice saying, "Oh my God, it's right over us," cannot be extinguished by a press release. Panic gripped the city. The attack didn't just cause material damage. It delivered a fatal blow to the psychology, to the confidence, Dubai's most invisible, yet most valuable asset. The moment the promise of safety shattered, a domino effect was triggered. Preliminary data shows that hotel occupancy dropped by 35 to 60% in the first week alone. Internal reports from luxury hotels on the Palm Jumeirah described occupancy rates below 20%. Eddie Bazin, CEO of Majestic Hotels, said it plainly, "The next 2 weeks look very, very slow. About 70 to 75% cancellations for the next 2 to 3 weeks because of the war." The Eid al-Fitr holiday, expected to be one of the busiest, completely collapsed. Over 700 flights by Emirates and Etihad were canceled in less than 2 weeks. Dubai's airport had to close. One estimate suggests Dubai alone lost approximately $500 million in tourism revenue per day while its airspace was closed. Tourism accounts for 12% of the UAE's entire economy. It is not a sector that can quietly absorb a shock like this. As tourist confidence evaporated, so did investor confidence. The Dubai stock market witnessed historic sell-offs. A wave of flight by the super-rich and foreign professionals who came to Dubai seeking a safe harbor created immense selling pressure. No one wants to buy $1 million penthouse when they aren't sure if a missile will fly through the window tomorrow. Multinational corporations began activating personnel evacuation plans. This exodus didn't just drain capital, it drained brains and high-quality human resources. With roughly 90% of its population being foreign, Dubai society is fundamentally transactional. People come here for a deal. They provide their labor in exchange for high tax-free salaries and a safe environment. When one of the core terms, safety, is violated, the deal is broken. For hundreds of thousands of migrant workers, losing a job means losing everything. With no social safety net, they have no option but to try and return to their home countries. The attack didn't create Dubai's vulnerabilities. It merely exposed the cracks that were already there. Consider the problem of luxury oversupply. Entering 2026, Dubai had 152,300 hotel rooms, with 67% in the luxury and premium segments. 11 new luxury hotels were scheduled to open during the year. The warning signs were already present. In 2024, the average room rate in the luxury segment had already fallen by 1.9%, despite filling more rooms. This is a city that can only command top prices for about 6 months a year. And the Iranian attack wiped out the final weeks of the only half of the year that made financial sense. Consider the brand depth problem that the CEO of Dubai Tourism, Issam Kazem, himself acknowledged. He said that the city's initial overemphasis on iconic projects and seven-star hotels made the world feel it was just for show, that it had no soul, that they had failed to build the human story. A destination without cultural depth has only one product: perfection. This attack destroyed that perfection. Suddenly, alternative destinations with organic culture and texture look far more appealing. Greece, Japan, Portugal, Italy, Southeast Asia are not currently under missile attack. All of these places are now absorbing the demand that once poured into the Persian Gulf. This is the most fundamental difference. After September 11th, New Yorkers came together. But in Dubai, the instinctual reaction for many was to pack your bags and leave. There is no deep cultural cohesion or patriotism to keep people there. A mass exodus isn't just an emotional reaction. It's a rational economic decision in a society built on economic transactions that are no longer profitable. So what is the future for Dubai's tourism industry? This city has recovered from horrific shocks before. COVID dealt a massive blow, but within 2 years, Dubai was announcing record-breaking tourism numbers. But this time is different. COVID was a global crisis. Every destination suffered at the same time. This time, the crisis is local. Dubai's competitors in Turkey, Greece, and Southeast Asia are never closed. They are open and ready for business right now. Those diverted tourists will discover other places, and a percentage of them will never come back. Rebuilding trust will take years. Mike McCormick, a former air traffic control official, called this the most chaotic aviation event since 9/11. History shows that tourism confidence takes years, not weeks, to recover from a perception shock of this magnitude. The brand of safety, the load-bearing wall of Dubai's entire economic architecture, cannot be rebuilt with a PR campaign. It requires real, sustained diplomacy with a neighbor just 50 kilometers across the Gulf, a nation that has now proven it is both willing and able to reach Dubai's most expensive icons. Dubai's 2026 crisis is an expensive lesson in hubris. The attack wasn't the cause. It was merely a pop quiz that Dubai catastrophically failed. It exposed fatal cracks. The illusion of geopolitical safety, a transactional society without cohesion, and a bubble economy too dependent on glamour. Can Dubai learn from its mistakes, build a more sustainable economy less dependent on the illusion of absolute security? Or will this be the beginning of the end for one of the 21st century's most spectacular economic miracles? If you were in Dubai during the attacks, have canceled a trip, or are rethinking your travel plans because of what happened, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if deep dive stories about what's really shaping global travel matter to you, subscribe. Because this is a conversation that is just beginning.